On the show today, Susan talks about Dream Incubation. Our symbol is teachers. And as always, we interpret the dreams that you sent in during the week and answer your calls. Welcome to So You Think You're Awake, the show about dreams, guidance and healing. With me in studio today is Susan Pullen.
Hello.
Our healer and life coach. And Heidi is away on holidays. So we get to... I was going to say Mommy's back because Susan is back this week. Because we covered a topic you wouldn't let us cover last week.
Really? That's not true.
Anyway, our phone number is 425-373-5527 if you have a dream or a dream-related question, or you have questions for Susan about changing old patterns in your life that keep you blocked. Thank you to everybody who sent dreams to radioshow@dream-analysis.com. Please continue to send them in as they are the lifeblood of the show. So Susan, Dream Incubation, what is that?
Yes. So Dream Incubation is when you ask for a dream. You ask for an answer in a dream to something that you're, a problem, a question that you have in your life.
What if you don't have any problems or questions like me?
You probably don't have any dreams either.
If you have a pulse, you have questions and problems.
Well, I think so. Yeah. There's an old Indian story about Manu, the first man, and it starts out that he's walking along the beach, wrestling with his thoughts and his troubles. So apparently even the first man had troubles.
All right, okay. And how did anybody witness that?
It was passed down.
He wrote it down.
Oral tradition.
He wrote it. He told everybody.
Sure, he wrote it. Yep, that was it.
Okay, so Dream Incubation. So it's practical. What you're saying is if you have a problem, you can ask for an answer in a dream.
Yes, super practical. Yes.
Yeah. And then you could say, if only I could interpret that dream now.
Yes.
I know what the answer is. Now I have two problems.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll get to that.
All right.
So this is a very old practice. I wanted to kind of start with the history. So the ancient Greeks, actually, their doctors, their medical practice involved dreaming, and doctors would interpret patients' dreams to give them information about what was happening in the body and what kind of therapy would be helpful.
Excellent.
Yeah. And so along with that, people who wanted healing would spend the night in the temple, and they would ask for a dream or for healing in the dream from a healing god like Asclepius, and they would spend the night there in the temple. And there are stories of people, like there's a story of a guy who had the tip of a spear embedded in his jaw for 6 years, and he went to the temple and asked for a dream for healing. And the story goes he came out in the morning holding the tip of the spear in his hand, and it had been pulled out by the healing god during the night while he was sleeping.
Yeah, now that I don't believe, though, you see. My skeptical nature there. God came down and pulled out. Okay, moving on.
Yep. So anyway, the practice of dream incubation, of asking for healing or for answers in a dream, it dates back to at least 6th century BC. So it's an old practice. And let's see. So you can ask for answers in a dream. You can ask for healing. You can ask for information about something that's going on with you, physically or mentally or emotionally. We can ask for inspiration for a creative project. There are lots of stories of people who made, discoveries or great innovations in the world of science. In their sleep.
The periodic table was dreamed.
Yeah, the periodic table.
By Frederick.
Yep, the benzene ring.
Yes, and that one was of snakes eating their tails.
Yep.
And in a dream. And then there was lots more. Einstein said most of his work was meditation on a dream he had, where he was sledding at the speed of light. And the sewing needle.
Yeah, the sewing needle.
That guy dreamt it.
Yep. The sewing machine.
The innovation for the hole at the tip of the needle.
Yep.
Came to him in a dream. And there's lots and lots. So, yes, we know They're very practical, and we use a lot of the practicalities that came from dreams.
Yes.
But you're going to tell us how to do that.
I am, yeah. Don't rush me. I'm
think I
building
could.
suspense, Michael.
Building something. Suspense it is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then I was looking at, there's actually been some research also on the practice of asking for an answer to a question, a problem before you go to sleep. And that research dates back to at least the 1930s. The scientists have been studying this and if it works for people and how it works. And some of that research was with like crossword puzzles and brain teasers and stuff where the research subjects would look at the puzzle before going to sleep and then record their dreams. And there were some cases where people felt that they got the answer in their dream. And there are some studies where there was an independent judge who also, verified that they got the information. And sometimes the information comes in a really very straightforward, in the dream, it looks like the question.
Yes, yeah.
And so it's just really clear. And oftentimes it's more metaphoric, and that's when it's really tricky.
That's where they go, oh, it's poor Michael. He's not very good at symbols. We better just give it to him straight.
Right. And you can ask as part of your incubation practice to get the answer in the clearest way possible for you. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. So there was an example of someone who was supposed to be dreaming the answer to this question about a word puzzle.
42.
You didn't even have time to dream on that.
There you go.
So the puzzle was, what's one word that represents this sequence? And the sequence is HIJKLMNO. And the answer is H2O. But the guy had several dreams. Well, I don't know if it was a guy. The person had a bunch of dreams about water.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But didn't catch on how that was the answer to the puzzle. So he guessed alphabet. He or she guessed alphabet. But
I see. That's the first word that springs to mind.
Yeah. But the dream did have the answer. But there is that tricky business about interpreting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So there were some studies that involved these kind of, puzzles and brain teasers and crossword puzzles and things like that. And then there's some research with more personally relevant questions. And it seems to be the case that people get the answer to their question more often when it's personally relevant, which makes sense. I mean, why,
Yes, and actually it's important to note, quite often it can take a while to actually have the dream with the answer to the question you're asking. So it's not going to happen the first time that you ask it, because your higher self is going to say, well, this is a much more important issue for you.
Right.
So here are the dreams that we already have in the queue for you for tonight.
Yep.
And you're saying, no, but I want the answer to this really trivial thing, please.
Yeah.
But they will eventually give it to you.
Yep.
They,
your
the
higher
powers
self.
that be.
Yeah. The dream source.
It's the man. All right. Holding it back.
All right. So how do you do it? So yes, it might take several days, a week. It might take even longer than that to get the answer.
What, for you to tell us? You're building the suspense up.
I am. All right. So when you're going to sleep, hold the question in your mind as you're falling asleep. So you can just repeat the question, over and over. And speaking of questions, it's better not to do like a yes or no question.
Right.
Those are so hard to interpret. So it's better to ask like, I'd like guidance in the area of this, or even between two options is a little bit better than a yes or no.
Right.
Yeah. So hold the question in your mind, just repeating it to yourself as you go to sleep. You can also put something next to the bed that's like a visual cue, like there's some artists practice like putting a blank canvas next to the bed to help cue, like if they're looking for inspiration.
Yes. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, so whatever a visual reminder, it also helps you in the morning when you wake up, you see it, and then you remember that you were asking this question. Because in the morning, it's important to write down or record in some way any dreams you had that night and any other impressions that you have.
And so on.
Yeah, because sometimes the answer will come more like in that hypnagogic state as you're waking up, or, I've even had it as like the song in my head when I wake up.
Yeah.
Things like that it's not exactly a dream, but still you're getting the answer. So, and because it might take some days, or the dream might have there might be a lot of information for you. So keeping track of your dreams for, at least a week, if not weeks or months even.
I know, you're putting people off.
All right. Days, weeks. For keeping track. Well, it's always good to keep track of your dreams,
the answer
right?
now.
I know. So, what if you don't remember your dreams? Then there are techniques like shamanic journeying where you can, it's something that you do while you're awake. So.
Very good.
That will be another conversation. But, yeah. Did I cover everything?
I think so. Yeah.
I think I did. You can also ask, you can do this with a friend and have them incubate the answer to a question for you.
That's good to know. Sandy, I wasn't having an affair. We were doing dream incubation. Thank you, Susan.
So that reminds me of a dream I was going to tell you, Michael.
Oh, go ahead.
That relates to dream incubation.
Yes.
So in this dream, there's a woman who, by day, she's a nightclub cabaret singer. And at night, you can pay her to dream for you. You can pay her to dream the answer to questions for you. And she makes a lot of money, and she lives in this like big mansion. And in the dream, I've got an envelope full of cash that I'm slipping under the gate for her to dream the answer to a question for me.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. Yeah, so the nightclub cabaret singer, of course, is your higher self passing you down the dreams. At least that's what I'm going to say. And then and the gate and all that. That gates are common in these connections. So this is your dream?
It's my dream.
And when did you have it?
Oh, several years ago.
Oh, okay. And do you have dreams for other people? Well, first of all, it says you can have dreams that will give you particular answers. And you can seed your dreams. So you can say, okay, I want to have a dream about this, and you're going to get a dream about it. But do you have dreams where you solve other people's problems? Most likely it's probably going to work for you with your clients, where you might even not remember the dream, but you'll wake up going, oh, I know what to do for this person that's coming tomorrow that I've never even seen.
Yeah. Sometimes I do that. And I do it a lot when I'm teaching a class. Dreaming about, asking for a dream with guidance about the class.
Oh, I've seen some of those dreams that you've had.
Yeah.
They say what to cover or how to cover it or whatever.
Yeah.
The setting to create.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So loads of cash, but it's not real.
Yeah.
It's dream money.
Aw. It's true. I didn't wake up holding an
but
envelope
you're giving the money away.
Yeah.
So that's saying you've got to put energy into seeding it, which is what you were saying. You've got to meditate on it. You got to do something anyway that is your side of the commitment to getting the answer.
Yeah, and I do that a lot more intentionally now. I wasn't at the time that I had the dream.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
All right.
Thank you.
So our clock has moved. Let's have a look at some dreams, some of your dreams. This one is called Filthy Rich. So this person got to keep their money.
Yeah.
It's very short. I have 6 $15 bills. They are large. I wonder if they are euros. And I feel extremely wealthy knowing I can get everything I want with less than 2 of them and have a lot left over. Okay, so this is a very simple dream. It's saying that whether you're on the dharmic path, which is what the 6 is about, or the karmic path, which is what the 5 is about, and 1 says it's her individual path, so the $15 bill, it's saying you have everything you need for the path that you're on, regardless. We come here. We always think that we're going to fail miserably by running out of money, or, things are going to fail in some way. And the reality is, if they fail in some way, it's because we're not following our life path. But if you're on your path, then everything's going to work out for you. even the failures that you need, unfortunately. So anyway, it's saying that this dreamer has everything, but she's saying that she has everything she wants, but less than 2 of them, so she can channel as well. That's one of the things she's meant to do in her path. So, nice short dream. So let's have a look at another one. I'm skipping a few here. Okay. This one is from Lisa. She says, I'm in my energy work mentor's living room, all white with big sofas. We walk up several steps to her kitchen. She goes into the kitchen and I sit at the breakfast bar on a stool. She has a spacious kitchen with a huge commercial stove. Okay, so there's a few themes in this. I see you. You figured out a few there.
Yeah.
So we know digestion is part of this, but it's not everything. So digestion and elimination system are part of this because we have kitchen, we have breakfast bar. So breakfast is like break the fast. But breakfast is a good time in a dream. And then sitting on a stool is also about elimination, the way she says it here. She has a spacious kitchen with a huge commercial stove. Okay, yeah, I know the symbol for that. She hands me a cup of mint tea. So that's about sharing. Tea in dreams is about sharing. Mint is green, so it's about the heart. So it's always a heart-related thing. She turns her back on me and begins talking with a school friend, Lisa, who is the same first name as me. And she answers Lisa's metaphysical questions, but ignores me. Now, this is I suppose it's not too common in dreams, but you see it enough. A woman turning her back on you in a dream is about mom not giving you the attention you felt you deserved, not giving you the love you deserved. And the result of that is that you end up with a very poor bond with the earth plane, which is why the dream here is healing for that. So the mint tea is healing. It's about sharing. It's about opening the heart chakra, whereas this other part is about closing the heart chakra being closed because you didn't get the love you felt you needed from your mom. Now, then that kind of makes sense of some of the other parts at the start of the dream. We have we have Lisa, she answers metaphysical questions. So it's saying this closing or poor bond allowed the dreamer retain a stronger spiritual connection. So she's able to get answers in that realm, even though she doesn't get the love on the earth plane. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm explaining that okay. I was going to say something else, but I think we'll cover it better in the next part. So last part of the dream. Next, I'm in a classroom where her living room had been, and it's filled with all men, including my husband. A new young student asks to learn anatomy. The teacher changes what he was going to teach, and the whole group embarks on teaching this fellow anatomy. I'm so bored because I already know anatomy. I'm a massage therapist. I'll go back to the kitchen, and my teacher does an intuitive reading for me. So the reason I wanted to read the rest is because we have teacher in it. So the dreamer is a spiritual teacher as well. She's a bit too male, which is what all the men in the dream in that part is about. Her female side suppressed due to previous issues is what I've marked for changes what he was going to teach. So she needs to open open her heart again. And all the men represent logic. So it's saying logically, because of logic, she's changing what it is that she came here to do. What else have we got? She's going to work with groups of people because we have groups in the dream. Watch your diet and how it affects your digestive system. You're a healer too. And I think that's about it. I have notes all over the place in this. She can do intuitive readings. Anything else that I didn't get? Needs to deal with issues around her mom. I mean, that's the big thing.
So what you said about the logic and being too male, so do you mean like
rational,
like your intuition is telling you one thing, but then your logical mind talks you out of it, or
yeah, like I'd really love to do this. I'd love to be a teacher. I'd love to quit my job and do X, Y, and Z, but I just couldn't afford to. You know, that would be logic. The last piece is logic, and it doesn't work that way at all, of course, because you can lose your job anyway, and there's all sorts of reasons you can have no money. You know. You don't pick one and say that's the reason that it wouldn't work out. But we do. We tend to rationalise that that's what I need. But it's not just because we rationalise it. We're trained to think that way, that I need to have this steady 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And speaking of steady 9-to-5 jobs, you don't have one of those.
No, I don't. Not anymore.
And you're still eating.
I love it.
Okay. It was funny before the show, Susan was saying she was so hungry she could eat a steak, which is kind of funny because you're a vegetarian mostly.
Well, yeah. Not for a little while now.
Yeah, well, just a little while.
Yeah.
And then Sullivan's came in with...
armloads and armloads of steaks.
You see, you should have said I could do it a whole pile of cash.
Yeah. Next time, I'll do that.
All right, so let's have a look at another. Wait, we'll take a break. Looking at the time, we'll take a break. Back with you in a moment.
Do you want to be happier? You've probably already heard that happiness is an inside job. You know that it doesn't come from outer circumstances. It's a gift we give ourselves. But you're not sure how? Join me, Susan Pullen, for a weekend workshop devoted to inviting joy, passion, and play back into your life. June 25th and 26th in Edmonds, Washington. You'll learn proven tools for greater happiness, as well as healing heartache and letting go of dead weight in your life. You'll leave the weekend feeling lighter, more present, and more joyful. Go to true-radiance.com today to register for Inviting Joy Back into Your Life.
Hello, this is Heidi. How can I help you?
You tell me. You're the psychic.
That's not how it works. I am a medium. I connect to your spirit guides and loved ones and pass on their messages to you.
So why did I call? Use the force, Heidi.
Look, I can get answers to any questions you ask. That's not a problem. They can be about anything: relationships, career, children, finances, anything.
Anything? Okay. What's my favourite colour?
Dave, your mom says you're being childish.
For readings with Heidi, go to angelsontheline.com. Hi, I'm Michael Sheridan and I'm here to tell you about my new book. In 1990, I had a spontaneous awakening and the veil between the physical world and the spirit world was lifted for me. I didn't believe in the spirit world, but that no longer mattered. I was looking at it. My new sight didn't give me answers, but it opened my mind enough to begin asking questions. It would ultimately lead me to discover that the spirit world is always involved in everything we do. My book reveals what I learned about the spirit world as I stumbled through my journey, and is titled My Journey to Awakening, and is now available on Amazon for Kindle and in paperback. My Journey to Awakening by Michael Sheridan.
Talk radio with a purpose. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to So You Think You're Awake with Michael Sheridan and Susan Pullen. Our show is about dreams, guidance and healing. Our phone number is 425-373-5527 if you have a dream-related question, or you can call with questions for Susan about healing and changing old patterns in your life. Once again, the number is 425-373-5527. Susan, any courses coming up? You always have a course coming up.
Yeah, I have the one this weekend on inviting joy into your life.
There you go. Excellent.
Yeah, and Greg and I, so Greg is a naturopathic physician, and he and I are going to be doing a healing retreat in Duval at the end of August. So I'm super excited about that. More to come on that.
Okay, yeah. Excellent. Duval, why Duval?
The retreat center is out there.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right, so here's a dream called Scavenging in the Cathedral, and I've been carrying this dream around for quite a long time because I like it, but we never get to it. That's often what happens on the show. So this is from Heather. She says, I come into a beautiful cathedral with soaring walls of brilliant yellow and gold. A ceremony is about to start and I'm compelled to step back on the sidelines to watch. Straight away, that's not good, Heather. So it's saying you came here as a high-level spiritual teacher, but you stepped onto the sidelines because of something. A vehicle like a parade float enters the Great Hall from my left. On it are many young people around high school age. This is their graduation ceremony. Now, this is always good, a parade float. Why a parade float? Because parades are about identity. So this dream is saying this is all about your identity. And your identity is, as comes up next, you say, I recognize some of them as having been my students, which is why I said you're a spiritual teacher. Note, I am not a teacher in waking life, she adds. So we know for sure this dream is saying you're a spiritual teacher, not just a spiritual teacher. You're a great spiritual teacher. You could teach spiritual teachers. There you go. Come on the show, Heather. The students I recognized were a set of triplet girls, fraternal. They did not look exactly alike, but all three had brown shoulder-length hair and glasses. So triplet girls, it's saying commit to developing your female side, because spiritual teaching works on your female side, works through female energy. So, and also the glasses. We'll come back to the glasses because we're going to see something else later on. Oh, no, we'll say it now. It implies that you are a clairvoyant channel. So you get answers to questions through images. I also recognized a pair of identical twins. Oh, there we go. So we've got twins, which is definitely about channeling. They were blonde and quite beautiful. Blonde is really good. Blonde in dreams symbolizes purity of thought, and typically it's the colour of the hair your guides wear. Oh, these other ladies, the triplets had brown shoulder-length hair. So that's saying that using your clairvoyance and your teaching or committing to it, is a practical thing for you to do. That's what brown in this context would be about. They were blonde and quite beautiful, and their beauty stirred up some regretful musings about my husband and I not having a daughter of our own. I was sure she would have been beautiful too. And that, again, is about dreams use reality, of course. And this is why we often ask, what's going on in your life? Because we have to discount certain parts of the dream. But here it's about something that didn't happen. So it's saying developing your female side, or developing, well, because it's about bringing a child into being. It's about bringing a new aspect of you into being that works through your female side. So it's still really a push for what we're already talking about. And the regretful musings is just like being on the sideline, is like in the dream state, we know why we're in the dream. And so oh yeah, I knew I was meant to do that and I didn't do that. Oh well. Anyway, there is a celebrity aboard the float whose identity I can't remember. That's a pity. He may have been a popular athlete or musician. He's there to add some pizzazz to the event. So a musician is also about channeling. So we can say here anyway, you came here to be a spiritual teacher, a great spiritual teacher. You have a channeling gift, and it works through clairvoyance. And that's who you are. That's your identity, and that's what you should be celebrating. And you still can. Of course, this stream has you looking back on things and being regretful, but you can still do this. You can still switch at any stage. Some of the really great spiritual teachers didn't actually switch into that role until very late in life. So I love the dream. Is there anything else? Set your own goals now. Anything to add on that?
Did you cover the yellow and gold?
I didn't. So the gold means you're a healer, and the yellow says you have an enlightened intellect because of where it is on the great walls of this cathedral. And the walls are also going to be about your opening up in your heart and so on. But the cathedral, if anybody's never been to a cathedral, they are about, 20 times the size of a church. They're huge and magnificent, and they really are works of art. So it's going to be about your own magnificence and so on, and the enlightened intellect, because the walls just seem to go up forever into the sky, which is the whole point of them. So a really, really good dream, even though you probably woke up not feeling great after that dream, but that's what it is, and I'm glad we finally got to do it. Next one, again, looking at the time. This one is from Elena. She says she's been listening to all our shows on YouTube.
Thank you.
I'm delighted. We get a lot of that. I always say I should read what people say, but anyway. She says, I have different versions of losing dreams about losing my shoes, and here's one of them. I'm in a pool of water looking everywhere for my shoes that I gave to someone who then misplaced them. Now, you can't blame someone else in a dream. Everybody's you. So shoes are about being equipped to move forward in life, follow your path. So it's saying that something stopped you from following your path, your spiritual path, because you're in a pool of water. And you will know what that is more than we will. Anyway, I keep frantically searching everywhere, worried because I can't find them. Then I run into my ex-boyfriend from a long time ago and forget about the shoes for some time because I'm distracted. So again, something distracted you from even looking for your shoes. So again, remember, in the dream state, we know what the dreams are about. So in the dream state, you know what the dream is telling you. Look, you came here with a life purpose to work in the spiritual field, and you're not doing it. And you're like, oh, I better get that again. I better get that. So this is what the looking for the shoes is about. But then in the dream, it shows you, okay, what distracted you. So ex-boyfriend, what went on with the ex-boyfriend, and it's not likely to be relationship stuff because we have your next dream 2 on the same night. We get a little bit more from it. But whatever went on at that time in your life is what distracted you. We stand and hug and feel the good, strong energy between us. Then I remember about the shoes and go back to looking for them. In these dreams, the shoes are my gym shoes. Okay, that's okay. So it's good that you're looking for the shoes, and it's bad that you don't find them. But this is going to persist until you do, symbolically in some other way, if it's not just shoes. Anyway, the second dream, straight off, tells us what her abilities are. She says, I see a mermaid going into the lake. So we're back at water, and the mermaid is going to symbolize your ability to get into the spirit world. So again, you can work deeply in the spiritual field because it's your natural place to be, just like a mermaid's natural place to be. Now, it doesn't mean that you're a channel, but you very likely are. Maybe there'll be other symbols here. There are. I have written down channel. So, and the lake, though, of course, is the same as not having the shoes. The lake says that you need to find an outlet for your spirituality. And spirituality is, of course, what's at your core. It's not about religion or anything like that. And I say that on purpose because religion comes up in your dream. So religion is going to be what held you back. Anyway, I run after her because I know that the mermaids know something that people don't. So this is the spirit world knows things that people here need to know. I leave my shoes, my wallet and my keys on the shore. There you go again. So the shoes we already know, the wallet and keys. So the key is, these are all the things you don't want to do, you don't want to leave behind. So the keys are the keys to your life, or, you know, I know what it is I need to do going forward, and I also have the keys for doing that. It tells you that you've got the ability in hand, you've got whatever you need. The wallet is going to be about your heart, so female energy again. So it's all saying anyway, something caused you to leave everything to do what you came here to do behind. Anyway, you leave them on the shore and start swimming after the mermaid. I yell out to her, Mermaid, please tell me, why do I always get drawn to the ocean? Why do I have such a strong need to live by the ocean? In my, I can hear her, guides. In my waking life, I've been feeling this urge and I'm trying to move. Okay, so that's not the dream. But before she answers, a panic starts on the shore because the water starts rising. The flood covered the sand where my things were. So this would say, so the water starting to rise and a flood covering the sand. This would say, okay, you started off with the right approach, but then something traumatic happened. This is what like tidal waves and floods and things in dreams can represent. So some very serious trauma. It could be like somebody died, or we don't know what it is, but you're going to know what it is. Something caused you to switch dramatically. Someone was able to save my wallet and raised it up for me. So this is this is kind of a religious reference, two religious references there. I took it while still being in the water and was holding it up. I got wet with now muddy water, but my shoes and my keys drowned. They told me to get out of the water, but I didn't listen. I kept frantically searching for my shoes and keys. And that's the right thing to be doing, by the way. I wanted to get them so badly. I swam closer to the shore and now saw that all around the lake there were crosses like at a cemetery. I knew that many had drowned in this lake, but I wasn't scared. I was just scared of losing my shoes. Then I saw the sign on the lake. It said heaven. Then I got out without finding my shoes and keys, thinking they were already somewhere on the bottom of the lake. And she says about other dreams and so on. It's clear to see why, because you talk about people dying, crosses and heaven. So lots of religious symbols, and then you being saved and raised up and so on. So that's why I say it's most likely religion. And I'm not saying it is that, but it's most likely religion. Something to do with religion is holding you back. But this dream is saying that's going to end. So you wouldn't have this dream. You wouldn't have this searching, this frantic searching. Even under the threat of your life in this dream, you're still searching for the shoes. So that's really, really good. So it's saying you're going to get back on track, and that's perfect. And something Heidi added before she went is that you've got to address your past before you can move forward, because you can't move forward without doing that. Okay.
So one thing I want to add, she said that she's been listening to the archives on YouTube, and one of the shows that we have archived is on Dream Incubation, or Dream Reentry, going back into a dream. And so one of the things you can do if we interpret your dream on the show and say, oh, it's too bad you did that, is you can,
that's 3 demerits.
You can go back into the dream and, find your shoes and everything. So
absolutely, good idea.
Yeah.
So get into a meditative state and just imagine yourself back in the dream, but finding the shoes this time.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is when you do that, you still can't always control the dream. So you can still find it difficult to find the shoes. So work on it again and again and again.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is to bring, if you have helpers, Like we covered animal spirit guides a few weeks back.
So
Things
you could
like
bring
that.
a shoe-finding animal with
That's
you.
right. Bring helpers with you if you need help. Yeah.
Flipper the dolphin.
Oh, that would be good. Maybe someone from the Mermaid Kingdom.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Ariel. So you can tell I have kids.
Or Sebastian.
So, that's a really good idea. And, even if you don't find the shoes, if you do that, it's good because you're telling your subconscious, this is what I want to do. And that's what's happening in the dream. Your fears, and even in that dream, you could see the fears come up later in the dream. So you start off doing what you know you're meant to do, and then fears come in on top. And the fears come in because of what happened earlier in your life, the trauma that happened earlier in your life. And it's like your subconscious mind is saying, look, this could be dangerous, this could be dangerous. And that's what it is. So when you re-enter a dream, like Susan is saying, you're saying to your subconscious, look, I don't care, this is what I want to do. And eventually your subconscious will just get out of the way and let it happen.
Yeah. And so going back into the dream, it actually, even if it's just in a meditative state, can make a shift on the waking level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does indeed. So here's a dream called In the Eagle's Nest. I am lying on the back of an eagle, my arms outstretched over his wings. I do not need to hold on. Our connection is such that he can fly upside down or in spirals and I won't fall off. So the eagle in this dream is the dreamer's guide, and she's flying with the eagle, which means she's a channel. But anyway, she knows that, and that's not really what this dream is about. She's also prophetic, which is also what the eagle's about. And again, she knows that because she has many other symbols other than eagles to indicate that. So why is she having this dream? Let's continue on. We fly to a high mountain to his nest. His female partner is there with 3 eaglets. Okay, 3 little babies. Mm-hmm. 3 is commitment. They're almost old enough to fly. And that's a good point in a dream. It's like dawn in a dream. I'm ready for something to take off. So I'm almost ready to have this baby. The female eagle flies off and returns with a large hare, which they all share. And I mean, that's almost laughable because, as you pointed out, Susan, hares and rabbits are noted for their ability to have lots and lots of young. There are many bones from other animals in their nest. The sun begins to set and the male eagle motions for me to lie next to the eaglets. I feel the warmth of their bodies next to mine and fall asleep. I wake in the morning and the eagles are already eating. They are far along in their meal and I can't tell what kind of animal they're eating. The female eagle brings me to a large piece of broccoli, and this is where I love it, when dreams just seem like they take a left turn. So it's all about eating and not even being sure what you're eating. And then you go, okay, this must be an American's dream because we don't know what's in the product because the ingredients just say stuff. So,
natural flavors.
yeah. So anyway, the dream is saying watch what you're eating because it's upsetting the balance of your hormones. How do we know that? Because the female eagle brings me to a large piece of broccoli, which I eat for my breakfast. And remember earlier, breakfast is good. It's about getting your diet back on track. I watch the sun rise over the mountains as I eat. So the sun is this dreamer's a healer as well. So she's healing herself in the dream. And broccoli, if you look it up, helps balance hormones, estrogen in particular. So that's everything that this dream is about. But it's also saying to this dreamer, if you get pregnant, it will catapult you on your journey. And what Heidi has written here, commitment to follow life path. And this is again where I'm carrying dreams around. So again, this one's been for a while. Commitment to follow life path. She's asked for deeper understanding / experience in life. Balancing hormones, conception will lift her vibration. Difficulties are easily overcome when balance is restored and chakras are fully open. Be careful what you eat. And that part's from Heidi. Anything to add there, Susan, other than what the hair meant?
Nothing else.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
I have to say. And of course the nest. I mean, a nest is all about, it's about you having kids. And we've done your dreams before. You really are holding on to that theme. Would you get it over with already? So we will take a break. Back with you in a moment. You're listening to So You Think You're Awake. Hi, I'm Michael Sheridan and I'm here to tell you about my new book. In 1990, I had a spontaneous awakening and the veil between the physical world and the spirit world was lifted for me. I didn't believe in the spirit world, but that no longer mattered. I was looking at it. My new sight didn't give me answers, but it opened my mind enough to begin asking questions. It would ultimately lead me to discover that the spirit world is always involved in everything we do. My book reveals what I learned about the spirit world as I stumbled through my journey, and is titled My Journey to Awakening, and is now available on Amazon for Kindle and in paperback. My Journey to Awakening by Michael Sheridan.
Hello, this is Heidi. How can I help you?
You tell me. You're the psychic.
That's not how it works. I am a medium. I connect to your spirit guides and loved ones and pass on their messages to you.
So why did I call? Use the Force, Heidi.
Look, I can get answers to any questions you ask. That's not a problem. They can be about anything: relationships, career, children, finances, anything.
Anything? Okay. What's my favourite colour?
Dave, your mom says you're being childish.
For readings with Heidi, go to angelsontheline.com.
How clear is your vision for your life? Are you living on purpose, bringing your dreams to reality? I can help you to hear the quiet voice of your heart, guiding you in the right direction. I'm Susan Pullen with True Radiance Healing Arts. Let's talk about how you can create the life you want and be the person you were born to be. Contact me today at true-radiance.com.
Working hard to put a smile on your face. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to So You Think You're Awake with Michael Sheridan and Susan Pullen. Our show is about dreams, guidance and healing, and our phone number, did you hear this? Phone number is 425-373-5527. Eric said during the break, if people are asleep, it's okay. They're just collecting dreams to use on a later show. So call if you have a dream or a dream-related question, or call for Susan if you want help with healing or changing old patterns in your life. Again, the number is 425-373-5527. And somebody's going to call with a really difficult dream for Susan. So here's a really simple dream. And I was saying, Heidi is such a Star Wars fan. We should have saved this one for her. But anyway, it's called Sundial. And she says, my sister and I were moving a gold and black R2-D2 into a public garden to use as a sundial. And that's the whole dream. And you can say, what on earth could you possibly get from that? And it's very simple. The gold is about the dreamer's healing ability. And that was nearly our symbol for today, but teaching was, so we have to come back and cover that.
Yep.
So gold is about healing, and it's frequently you will see gold and black as the colour combination when it's about healing, because the healing in the dream is used to help people overcome their fears and heal negativities in their life, things that hold them back. So that's what the colour combination is good. So it heals what it's bringing up in the dream. And moving the sundial, so the sundial works with the sun. The sun is also about healing, so fits in with the gold. And moving it into a public garden says that you're to work on your healing ability and use it to help other people. And in the dream, you're using it to help your heal your heart chakra. And Star Wars, then, of course, with the reference, it's saying this is a great goal.
And R2-D2?
I have no idea.
There's 2 2s in there.
Yes, channeling. So she's a channel as well. Sorry, I had that marked mentally, just not on the page, but I had it earlier. So R2-D2, what is he? He's a communications robot that doesn't communicate.
Some people can understand him.
Yeah. I've watched them all. I'm not. I enjoy them, but I'm not a Star Wars nut.
What?
Okay,
we'll have to take that up later.
All right. Yeah. Heidi gets me on that anyway. Okay, so we have Sandra on the line. Let's say hello to Sandra. Hi, Sandra, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me very well because the line seems to be weird.
Okay, we can hear you really clearly. So,
okay, very good then.
Have you a dream or a question?
It's both.
Okay, go ahead.
For about a month, I've seen a lot of 1010s. Every time I look at the clock, it's 10:10 or 10:11 or 11:10 or something like that. And in the last week or so, I've had that 10:10 and 11:10, or like basically combination of 1 and 0, appear a lot.
In your dreams?
And just this afternoon, my cat was acting very weird. And when I looked at what my cat was acting weird for, there was a what's it called? It was a bird, but it had its claws in my screen window, in my back door.
And was it stuck?
It wasn't stuck. It was just there, and I kept moving very slowly towards the door. My cat was there, obviously preparing to hunt, but I was moving very slowly, and I reached the door, and the bird didn't move.
Weird.
And it's only when I reached the door that my cat jumped and it flew away. But I was like about maybe 10 inches from the bird.
And what kind of bird was it?
That's what I'm trying to remember. A
flying bird. That's
a tiny bird. I looked for the name of it. Something hawk. Shoot, I'm going to try and figure it out again.
Oh, well, did you have something you channeled on that?
Well, so and this was in waking life, right?
Yeah.
Not in a dream?
The bird was in reality, but the numbers have been in reality and in my dreams in the last week.
Okay, so in dreams, the numbers are going to be about channeling, about getting onto your individual path, and so 10 is about completion and following your goals, and 11 is about channeling. But you, because of the numbers, I remember you sent a dream into the show before, and it was about falling asleep on your couch and waking up with the TV on.
Yes,
you?
exactly.
Okay, so we know you're clairvoyant, so we know you're a channel. And so when we see 10s, that's even better because it's saying, you're not at the early stages of this, but you're at a stage where they're saying, look, you need to complete the path, so to speak. But that's what you need to do.
Which is my dharmic path that I've been so scared of getting onto.
Well,
and I just figured out the name of the bird is a sparrow.
A sparrow, okay.
Hey, a bird I do know. We have them in Ireland.
Yeah, we have them here too. And so, and birds, and I know that this was in waking life and not technically in a dream, but birds can also be a symbol for goals, right?
In dreams, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the lines can blur when we get into... on the dharmic path, certainly.
Yeah,
but
they do blur on the dharmic path. No question.
Yeah, the things that happen to us in waking life. And I'll just add this really quickly, that if you incubate a dream, then also keep track of things that show up in waking life that are out of the ordinary, because that can also be the answer to your question.
When you get more in tune with your spiritual path, you tend to notice a lot more things just because you're looking for them, so it's...
Yeah, I know. This was really striking.
Yeah. And you might also... check out, if, let's see, nope, okay, I'm getting a no. I was just asking if this bird is like a spirit guide for you, like a power animal, but I don't think...
A tiny little sparrow.
I don't think so. But I think there's a singing, it's also about using your voice, is the other piece I'm getting about this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right,
Makes
Sandra.
sense.
Sandra, thanks for the call.
And not screaming.
Oh, thank you.
All right, take care.
Thanks,
right.
Sandra.
Bye.
And we have Mary in Bellevue. Hello, Mary. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Great. And you have a dream, it says.
Oh, yeah. I have this dream I keep thinking about because it was, it just kind of hit me.
Is it an old dream?
No.
I mean, it's recent, is it? Or like going back?
I guess about 2 months ago.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Yeah.
Okay. And so anyway, in my dream, this person, I'm not really sure who it is asking me for something. And so, okay, I'll go get that. And I go to, like, my room, I think. And what they're asking for is in this, like, glass case. And I open the door, and I'm marveling at the door, going, it fits so nicely. It's just, oh, that's cool. It opens up really easily, right?
Yeah.
And then there's another door recessed inside that one, and I open that one too. And I'm just kind of looking at the door rather than what's inside, paying attention to what they wanted. And I open it. There's a third door, and I open that up. And as soon as I open that up, the person that asked for this thing reaches in and grabs it before I could get it and give it to them. And it's like, and I woke up at that point. I was like, man.
And what was it? Do you know what it was?
I'm not really sure. A wallet, money. I'm not sure, but that part was blurry too. But I was just fascinated on the doors open.
Yeah. You know, the last part of the dream is a common thing in dreams, so we'll cover that too. But the first part is saying that you're psychic. So you have a strong intuition. You get feelings about things that you really should not ignore because they're very accurate for you. Are you familiar with the fact that you get that?
I've had other dreams kind of like that, yeah.
Not just dreams, but in reality. I'm talking about in reality.
I guess I try to ignore them. Just maybe family's kind of not encouraged it. So
yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons why we ignore it. I mean, it seems mad. That's one reason to ignore it, but it's not. It's something you can develop. So the dream, all the doors are saying you need to create an opportunity. So doors are opportunities or openings. So you need to create an opening for using your psychic connection. That's what a psychic connection is. It's a strong connection to your higher self. So you get information from this connection. There's nobody else involved. So it just feels like a knowing that, okay, I just know this. Now, the 3 doors is saying commit to this. Like even when you open it, you're still on guard because there's another door and then you're still on guard. So you have yourself very much on guard. But the 3 is saying, look, commit to developing this ability, get into the inner core. Now, the guy reaching, or is it a man or a woman? It doesn't really matter which, I suppose.
Maybe a woman.
So the person snatching it is connects this then with your heart, and it works through a female energy. It's a female energy thing, so it works through the heart chakra. So it's about sharing yourself emotionally. So it's saying that one of your issues, or your issue at least identified in this dream, is that you don't want to open up and share yourself that way, because by doing that, it can feel vulnerable. You can feel vulnerable, and so on. But that's all it is. It's a feeling that that's going to happen, and then holding back and not wanting to share, rather than it being a bad idea. So it is a good idea for you to share and open up and use this. And everybody listening, everybody here and everybody listening can relate to the idea of, I don't really know if I want to develop this, because we've all gone through that. And even when I was doing dreams, I was on radio shows, and then when I was finally going to be on the TV, I decided to come out of the closet and tell people at work that I did dream work. And I was afraid I'd be ridiculed and all sorts of things. And it was such I was welcome. The whole thing was welcomed by everybody with in such a really positive way. I regretted not doing it before. So you never know. I mean, we hold back for our own logical reasons, but you never know how people are going to really react. So you're saying family would frown on it, but you will definitely have people who will frown on it, but you will have lots of other people that would welcome it and be very encouraging and supportive. And you'll end up with friends who are in that field too. So it's really a push for you to really work at opening this. And I mean, look at in the dream, you were really admiring the craftsmanship. Is that what you said? Or just the beauty of it? So
they fit together so well.
Yeah. So when you actually develop this, you are just going to be in awe of it. So that's the feeling that the dream wants you to have, rather than the feeling of, oh, I'm just being used.
And you said this is psychic.
Yes. So, but it's a very misused word. Psychic is a very misused word. So it's a strong connection to your higher self through your heart chakra. I mean, through female energy, which is mostly going to be heart chakra.
That makes more sense.
So it'll feel like just coming from yourself, because it is. Your higher self is part of you. So it's not like you're channeling another entity and you go, okay, your mom is here telling me this information. Somebody will ask you a question, or you will ask, be thinking about things yourself, and you will get inspiration coming from yourself, and it'll just feel like it's coming from you. And you've got the dream is encouraging you to learn to listen to that.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for the call, Mary.
Thank you, Michael.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And we have Lisa on the line as well. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Michael.
How are you doing? Do you have a dream or a question?
Yes, I have a dream.
Oh.
I had it last night, and I was a lawyer, which I'm not, and I was in my lobby with a man, and he was going through a divorce. He would have, so I had to start screaming at him. So we're standing amongst chairs in this lobby, and I had to say, "Listen, stop! You need to listen." And he finally stopped, and then I knew that he had a bill to pay. It was $68.
Oh, that's good.
And I knew I would take $63, but I had to pay the bill before he left.
Okay, and we're almost out of time, so very fast. The lobby is about your reception at birth, so it came here. The guy is he arguing with you, and you're saying stop? You need to listen. So it's going to be issues with dad. You got to work on your female side with the 68, and it's going to get you onto the dharmic path, which is exactly what you want to do. Everybody wants to get on there. And so 6 is dharmic path, 8 is working on balancing female energy. And then the 63 is good as well. That's dharmic path and commitment to that as well. So it's showing your agreement to get onto the dharmic path is what this is doing by working on the issues around your birth. And I think, are we out of time now, Eric? So sorry for rushing through that.
That's okay.
But it's a good dream. Overall, it's a very good dream because you take control and you say you're going to listen, which is also female energy.
Yay, thank you so much.
All right, take care. So that's it for this week. Susan has a quote we're going to finish with, but we just want to say thanks to Eric, our producer and engineer.
This is from John Steinbeck. It's a common experience that a problem difficult at night is resolved in the morning after the committee of sleep has worked on it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.